Come from a life of war and poverty, worse than most of us have really ever seen. Tonight, one family who escaped persecution, possibly even death, to find freedom right here in Cincinnati. It's a sunny Tuesday morning at the international airport. Radha, his wife Savitra, and their two daughters, Jyoti and Pratima, step off a plane after a 19-hour flight from Bhutan to Cincinnati.
Welcome, I'm with Catholic Charities.
But their real journey is just beginning. Their native homeland, Bhutan, is tucked high in the eastern end of the Himalaya Mountains in South Asia. It's one of the poorest and least developed nations of the world.
And it was exciting, at the same time some sort of feeling of long journey tiredness, first time boarding a plane in our life.
One of many firsts for this family. Altogether, there are 13 members. They're all refugees, and little by little, a few at a time, starting this past May, they made their way to their new home, an apartment on Cincinnati's west side. There are 5 brothers, their parents, wives, and children. Cindy Grimmy from Catholic Charities helped find them their new home.
This is the first group of Bhutanese that we've resettled here in Cincinnati, and we're very excited to have a family grouped all intact is wonderful.
This small West Side apartment for them is luxury. For the last 17 years, they've lived in a refugee camp in Nepal. In fact, Radha and Savitra got married there, and for their daughters, it's the only place they've ever called home.
Bamboo mat huts, and that was very dusty. And we were in a group, so many people were there. In our camp, around 9,000 people.
To escape persecution and ethnic cleansing at the hands of their native government, the men and their parents walked for 48 hours straight from Bhutan until reaching safety along the Indian border.
It was also through a very dense forest, very thick forest. Yeah. We have to get scared of wild animals. Yeah. And also the Bhutanese army. And after crossing the border, we felt that we were safe.
Safe, but still not entirely secure. While escaping was a matter of life and death, they longed for something even better.
Life back in the refugee camp was horrible.
So every 2 weeks you would get rice and vegetables?
Yeah.
And you would have to spread that out a little bit each day?
Each day,
for everybody?
Everybody.
So, did you go hungry?
Yeah, sometimes we go hungry.
Those hard days are now behind them. We went along with Radha and 2 of his brothers for his first visit to the grocery store.
Unexpected item on the belt.
But making the transition into everyday life here in the U.S. isn't easy. For the last several weeks, they've worked to become part of life here in Cincinnati, learning the language.
Have you flown in an airplane?
Yes, I flown in an airplane.
They figured out how to take the bus. The kids are now enrolled in school.
All right, I need for row 1.
Exciting day for us to go to the grocery, to go to the public library. So every day we are learning new things.
They're very eager to be contributing members of this society.
And to get here, Radha and his family passed numerous screenings, several by the Department of Homeland Security.
Many people didn't get through.
So you consider yourselves very, very lucky?
Yeah, of course.
Now, another important point to make in all of this, these are all people who are in the U.S. and actually come to the U.S. legally. They're all screened by Homeland Security, so they all come to the U.S. fully documented.